What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Um, what's up, Greg? I see you. Today has been a very interesting day, I must say the least. I was sitting here watching Gilbert Arenas make his statement. I was out taking care of business, spending time with people that I know, and I'm watching all of this break out in the midst of what was going on. And oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Here we go again. Hit the like button coming through the door, ladies and gentlemen. Press the like button coming through the door. Because once again, Gilbert Arenas has bumped his head. This is what fame and celebrity does to you. This is what fame and all of this nonsense that goes to your head. This is what it do for you. Gilbert Arenas speaks of Kwame Brown as if it's not my fault. I was a better basketball player than you. And when this is not the point nor the narrative that Kwame Brown is talking about, he asked a simple question about what your part was in his deal and you having the coach take him out of the lineup. You decided you want to keep it basketball because personally, you don't want anyone to focus on that. That's why you never addressed the situation about what you said about dark skinned women. Also, in here, you also never talked about why your behavior was such the way it was. Your conduct, which was detrimental to the team in the end. But you've always behaved as a child. You always behaved in a manner of a people pleaser. And in this video, you relate everything back to what we spoke about. Money. That was the biggest motivation for you. Money. He told half truths. That's what Gil does. So you can't really call him a liar. He exaggerates a point to where you can't really call him a liar. But he tells a half truth. Then he tells a story that there's no way in the world anyone else could prove it but him. But yeah, you can call him a liar if you want. But the thing about Gil is he does misdirection very well. Gilbert is hurt. No. He's hurting about his life and the lie that he's living. And we'll get to that. Gilbert is a failure when it comes to anything that has something to do with marriage, a relationship. He doesn't know how to hold one down because he reacts and acts like a child. He brags on sleeping with 15 different girls in one season. It's just like lunacy. Anything he can to make a topic, that's what he wants to do because he's in that world now. He needs a catchphrase. He needs the title. He needs something that people are going to click on so they can say, oh, what is Gilbert talking about? We need to get in on this. See, that's one of the main problems most people are having right now with this situation, especially with Gil. It's like, out of anybody who shouldn't be talking, it's you. You are the one that shouldn't be talking. You were a troubled player. He talked about Kwame was drafted higher than me. I end up having a better career than Kwame. We know you had a better career, if you want to say that. But if you want to be specific, If you want to talk keep it basketball, Gil, which I did on my last video, let's keep it basketball. Could you rebound better than Kwame Brown? Could you play defense better than Kwame Brown? Did you set screens better than Kwame Brown? Could you pass better than Kwame Brown? What could you do better than Kwame Brown besides score the basketball? Because you damn sure couldn't play defense. I showed you that. T-Mac put up 62 on you. Easy. Career high playing against Gilbert Arenas. Everybody can get off on Gil. Because Gil, like LeBron, likes to play offense and not defense. This is why Kwame had 10 years to play in the league. Because coaches see the intangibles. They don't see the fans booing. Who cares about what the fans boo if you miss a shot? There were games the fans booed your ass. You forgot? Did you forget, Gil? The fans used to boo your ass at home in Washington when you played there. Agent Zero was the best name for you because that's what you were. A zero. You are a puppet for the man. That's what you are. You've always been a puppet. Anything for money. In the same interview, he talking about, I got more money than you, and I look better than you. Like, this fool actually sat there and said that. What man brags that he looks better than another man? Who does that kind of foolishness? So you find men attractive? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying, Gil? If you find men attractive, but you love to talk basketball, talk about how you cost the Washington Wizards a game 7 because you couldn't hit 2 free throws when the pressure was on in the playoffs. All you had to do was hit one of them, Gil, and you go to overtime. You blow both of them. You let LeBron tap you on the shoulder and say, if you miss this, you know it's over, right? And you missed both of them. Then you had a chance still, and you dribbled down there and you passed the ball to somebody else to shoot it. You didn't want it. So don't act like you was a hell of a nigga. You got the team eliminated. But you don't talk about that, do you, Gil? Talk about that. You talk about you was this hell of a player. Talk about that moment. Since you want to keep it basketball, you never went in and battled for a damn rebound a day in your life. You would stay out of it and let everybody else do it. You just want the ball on the outlet. You didn't even want to accept the challenge when T-Mac was tearing y'all asses up. And then he was lighting your ass up too. You gonna check off of him. Why? Shouldn't you accept the challenge? You act like y'all won 6 NBA championships or something. This what kills me about Matt and Cap Jack and Gilbert. They sat there like they didn't won 8 championships, and every ring they got was because of them. Matt Barnes and Jack got rings, and it wasn't because of them they got it. But they sit there and talk like they was, yeah, then we matched up well against them, and dude, you was on the bench. I could have taken your role on the team and walked away with a ring. It was no difference. Matt Barnes' championship ring was no difference than the dude who was in the front office who got a ring for bringing the mail in. The towel boy got a ring. So these guys need to stop it. Like, they had hell of a careers. They were role players. Matt Barnes was never great. He never was. He was just a great teammate to have your back. He's a locker room guy. Like, yeah, Matt's my guy. Because he's another puppet. Jack is just a follower. You know, he just like, he the send-off man. What we call here in the Midwest the send-off man. You can just send him off. He gonna just go on off and do what he got to do. He the send-off man. But my thing is, Gil, if you this hell of a nigga, and Kwame is so jealous of you, the way you made it seem like it, the way he said it, look, I got more money, I got this, I'm doing that. You talked about almost nothing of what Kwame was saying. You wanted to make it about what you thought it was about. Trying to, once again, deceive the listeners so they can come watch you. Because you didn't fail at a show. How you fail at a television program on Complex News when you got an adult film star as your co-host? You couldn't get people to watch you then. Why the hell would they watch you now, Gil? So you attach yourself to Kwame Brown, somebody you claim you're better than. If you so much better than Kwame Brown, why they keep asking you questions about Kwame Brown? Shouldn't they be asking about your career? Shouldn't they be saying, well, Gilbert, you know, when you played, you did this and you did that. They don't ask Michael Jordan any questions about Kwame Brown. When Kobe was alive, they weren't interviewing Kobe about Kwame Brown. But they interviewing you and they bringing up Kwame Brown. Every time you do an interview. But he's the one that's washed up. Notice, nobody's doing interviews about you, Gil. Was anybody talking about Gilbert Arenas? Ever? Only time they talked about you is when you say something stupid on the internet, which is almost every other day. You say something stupid. Lupita only look good when the lights is off. Then you get stupid people like Tammy want to follow suit. Yeah. I mean, who like Lupita? Everybody like Lupita. Dummy, you would take Lupita if she would take your sorry bum looking ass. And let's talk about it, Gil. You bragged, did a whole video about how you negotiated your deal before you got Dan Fagan with Adidas. You was on a deal for $500,000 and unlimited gear. So you went in there and renegotiated it yourself. And they started off with $4 million. And you said the plan was to walk out, no matter what number they said, but you wanted $2 million. $2 million deal. That's what you thought of yourself. But you this nigga. Got up, you walked out, and then you said, they came in, they said, what do you want? And you was like, $5 million. He said, all right, bet. How many years? 8. 8 years, you got it. 8 years, $5 million shoe deal? Are you out your mind? That shows you how dumb you really are. That's nothing to brag about. Man, that was good for me. Shoot, I was thinking $2 million and unlimited gear. Shoot, that's good. No, dummy. That's good for you. But you see, James Harden went and got an agent. And you know what he got? $200 million out of the same company. Now, how far and how much do your $5 million look now, dummy? You done screwed yourself out of millions. But you sitting up there talking like it was smart. I don't consider myself with T-Mac and all the rest of those guys. We know that. You're not mentally built like that. You don't. So why are you trying to confuse the people in the public like you were one of those niggas? And you're not. You never was, Gil. But why don't you tackle the real facts? Why couldn't you get most of those players that they got you to coaching? That's the only time you can get those players that's around you that's in the valley, them valley boys. Because you kiss up to Matt Barnes, You kiss ass to LeBron. You kiss ass to Mav Carter. You kiss ass to Rich Paul. You kiss ass to all them dudes out there. Chris Paul, all of them. And they love you because you a kiss ass. So why not keep you around? They be like, oh, Gilbert's great. No, Gil's gonna play ball. He ain't gonna question nothing. As long as the check is right. That's right. Hit the like button, good people. I don't know. Ain't no losing credibility. I told you in the title. What did the title say? These are my thoughts on their comments. So am I not allowed to have a thought? This is my thought on this idiot making this comment. Did he answer any of the questions or anything that Kwame was talking about? No. Kwame has been on the internet for months and he hasn't been talking about Gil. He took Gil out of the equation. He talked about Jack and Matt and everybody else who jumped in it. Those are the people he addressed. He said nothing about Charlemagne till Charlemagne said something about him on the Breakfast Club. He didn't address that snapping turtle till the snapping turtle on YouTube said something about him. Every time Kwame has said anything, it has been in a response. They have said something to him first. Those are the facts. So he does not need Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas needs Kwame Brown. Where's the Gilbert Arenas YouTube channel? I tell you, you know what? It don't exist. Why? Because don't nobody give a damn about Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas is on some other platform called Fubo Sports. He didn't sign the deal with them. So Fubo Sports is the ones that's going around sabotaging people's videos and doing all the other stuff. This is why he acted so dumb when they came after my video, which kicked everything off, saying, I never did nothing, Gilbert. You don't do a damn thing anyway. Only thing you do on your platform, what's up, Kwame? Only thing you do on your platform is post on Instagram and everybody else do all your work for you. So we know you ain't had nothing, you didn't do that, but they were doing it for you. But now you coming out making statements, and I bet you they're the ones that deleted all the responses from you to me. Claiming all those responses you did, they all gone now that mentioned my name and tagged my name in it. Why is that, Gil? Because I was exposing yourself. See, that's what he does all the time. Oh, yeah, they always want to throw stones and hide their hands. Gilbert, when have you seen Gilbert Arenas do anything, talk about any other thing that made any type of difference in the world? When has he spoke out on social issues? When he spoke out about anything that's going on in the communities? When have you seen Gilbert Arenas do anything? Because he ain't going to do anything unless Massa say, okay, boy, you can go out and do that. We want you to do that. Then Gil will go. Never. You've never seen Gilbert Arenas take front stage on anything. But this all Gilbert Arenas knows how to do. This is his work to the community. Terrorize kids.
Hey, look at this. This is a nice. How you doing, baby girl?
She don't want nothing to do with your ass.
Yeah, you can't even give it. You ain't even give me no how about Uncle Gil. I'm Uncle Gil. I'm Uncle Gil though. You don't know how to say hello?
right. She feel your energy.
Rude. That's what she is. I should throw your bike, punk. No, what you, man? I should knock your. Yeah, I should knock your glasses. What?
Yeah, he don't like you. Look at you, and you gonna hit the kid.
Yeah. Chill down. Chill down. Boy, don't try to run up. What's your? Yeah, that pillow didn't feel too good, huh? Yeah, a little dizzy.
No, pop the kids. That's why they don't like you.
Yeah. Well, what's wrong with?
Yeah, he trying to hit you with a chair. He tired of you smacking on him.
See, this is why little Nick Jr. got it took the first time because he's bad. He's bad. Look at him. Look at him. He don't know how to act human. Oh
no, he tired of you trying to mess with him.
Fly. Run up again. Run up again. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you, Nick Jr. You're dizzy, aren't you? Head hurt. You think because we're on live, I won't beat up a kid? Oh no, you this shit. I whoop shit. Don't you even look over here. I hit you with a pillow too. You're supposed to say hello when company comes. Hey Nick, I gotta teach these kids some manners. Say hello when girl, say hello when company comes. Hello. Dog, what's wrong, bruh? I want to tie you up so bad, bro. I want to tie you up. Look at this, y'all. Y'all felt sorry for him? You felt sorry for. Look at that. Oh, bro.
Yeah, he don't like you, Gil. See that? Nobody likes you, Gil. The kids don't like you. Kids can tell it. Like he said, they can tell. They can feel that energy. They feel that energy. You see? People talk, you know. And that's all you know, folk, Gil. That is your staple and your contribution to the community. Where is your STEM programs? Where is your centers that you didn't build? Where's the Gilbert Arenas Center for Recreation? Where is anything that you done to make you a hell of a nigga? Where? What have you done? You haven't opened your mouth and said anything about anything that matters about anybody's condition. You supposed to be this big guy, Gil. Why you ain't open your mouth and get involved? You want to make this all about, oh, this girl, I took his girl, his side piece. I don't know if I took her or not. It ain't even about that. You wanted to single out one little thing and try to make that a story. Like, well, let's just focus on this, his side piece. Let's talk about your agent, the late Dan Fegan. Dan Fegan was known to have connections in Philly with the mob, allegedly. Now, he died in a car accident in 2018. But Dan Fegan was being forced out and boxed out when Clutch Sports came in. Now, the problem is, Dan, and you say, what that have to do with me? What you do with Dan? This is what Dan would always do. Dan would have you guys poach the talent for him. Whoever was on the team, and other agents did it as well, they would tell their team, hey, who on your team? You cool with him? Tell him, you should try to get him to sign with us. Because you know what Dan's going to do for you? And he's going to give you a kickback. And you knew that's what you were going to get. If Kwame would have signed with Dan Fegan, you was going to get a kickback for bringing him over. It happens in the league, bro. This happens. This isn't something that it's an unspoken rule of the league. Why do you see players all of a sudden be trying to, yo, man, you should sign with my agent. My agent they do this all the time in the league. Why do you think John Wall fired Dan Fegan? Do you know why? Because Dan Fegan couldn't even land an Adidas deal, which the same deal you got, he couldn't even negotiate it with him. The whole deal fell apart, and he had to sit there, and he had to watch and look and see that deal go right out of the window. And he said, you know what? I'm firing him immediately. His deal fell through, and then you're going to sit up there and watch James Harden walk away with $200 million? He got a 13-year deal for $200 million, and you sitting there bragging about an 8-year, $5 million deal. That's when John Wall said, you couldn't get me a contract with Adidas? And I might as well fire you. And he got rid of him. And he signed with Clutch Sports. And Clutch Sports has done a better job with John Wall than Dan Fegan. And you know how I feel about Clutch. This is called Mr. Facts. Something that Gil don't want to talk about. See, that's the part y'all missing out on. Y'all so caught into what Gil talking about and all the nonsense because y'all like the back and forth that you're not focusing on the real facts. All the things that people are talking about is documented. You can go look it up your damn self and determine who's telling the truth and who ain't. If Gil isn't a puppet, tell him to prove it. When has he ever stepped up on his own and did anything? Nothing. He was a puppet. He told you himself he got paid because I stood up for that Michael Jordan thing. I helped clear that up for the Wizards. He was the Wizards puppet to clear up the bad press and publicity they got for screwing over Michael Jordan. And Abe Pollin was going, man, he was getting hammered in the press, everything. And Gilbert, you was the puppet. We gonna just make it everything about Gilbert Arenas. And you put on a smile and Gilbert. And he said, that's why you got the max. I don't care what it was. I told you that time was gonna come. And I'm gonna take care of you. Right? Now, I just showed y'all this man knocking out his doggone kids with pillows and torturing the kids. The kids don't even want to be around him. They feel his energy. Gil's a big kid, overgrown kid. Because I already told you, he was raised in the car with his father. They used to sleep in the park. His mother didn't abandon him. She left him with his father because she had her own substance abuse problems. And she was not capable of taking care of Gil and herself. She had to go get help. I explained that. This is why Gil is screwed up in the head. And he takes his bitterness out on black women, just like Tommy. They have the same infliction when it comes to their mothers. Thanks, Sonny. That's right, Sonny. No matter what Kwame's father was, did Kwame follow in that footsteps? No, he did not. But I'm saying is this. Once Gilbert made it and signed his $100 million deal, his mama was working at KFC in Miami. Why didn't you go back and get your mother? You met her at a Heat game. She hugged you and she said, "Forgive me for everything I've done," and embraced you. She told you why and everything. She gave you her number, Gil. Why didn't you go back for your mom's? Dwayne Wade mom was messed up on drugs, and the sister took him out the house and drove him all the way over to the what's his name? Drove him all the way over to his father. And that saved Dwayne Wade's life. Because had he still been in that house, we might not have never seen Dwayne Wade. You'd have saw on Madison Avenue with a wig and a purse. But Dwayne Wade, you know what he did? He went back and he made a success. He went back and got his mom. He went back and got his mom and got her some help. No, Gil's mother passed. She passed away, rest her soul. But she was clean at that time. You know, when she passed, she just got sick. But she had gotten herself clean, you know, and got off the drugs and was working a very casual job, you know, and she just gotten ill. But Gilbert never went back and said nothing to her or anything. But he paid for her funeral when she passed. But he never got that closure. You know, even though he gave her a number, he still feels guilty. This is what you're seeing now is the guilt he feels because he didn't go back for his mom when she reached out to him. You see, that's what you're seeing now is that guilt. That's why Gil is the way he is. This is why Tammy is the way he is. That bitterness. And this is why they're bitter against dark-skinned women. Why? Because your parents are dark-skinned. Your mama's dark-skinned. And you got to let that hate and anger and bitterness go because she actually saved your life, Gil. Had you still been around her when she was in that condition, who knows where you would have been? Sending you off to with your father in that car was the best thing to save your life. You see, this is real life we talk about, Gil. That's why you want to talk about basketball, because you can't talk about real life. Real life, you can't live in that world. You've avoided it your whole life. You want to live in a bubble. See, that's touching the soul. And he know that. He hear it. He ain't gonna respond, but he know that's touching the soul. Because he know every word that I'm saying is right. D. Wade went back for his mom's. And look at his mom today. She got her own church, her own congregation. She doing her thing. And now D. Wade feel better because now that's off his conscience now because he went back and saved his mom. That make him feel great. You got $111 million extension. and didn't even think, let me go back and save my mom or get my mother some help. Let me help my mom. She was working at KFC on 7th Ave in Miami. And I told you, Gil, the only way you can get that right is get that right with your children. Be a better parent with them. But I saw how you are with them. It's all about money. Nothing I said has been a lie. It's all been facts. And he don't want to talk facts. Gil want to keep y'all in that bubble listening to the lies. We didn't talk basketball. He wanted to talk basketball. We talked basketball. We talked about real issues. Now, I want to know is why would you defend anything that Gil's saying? I'm very curious to know why anybody would be defending anything that Gilbert said. Where was Gilbert right at? I try to look for the right in everybody. If someone tells you before, stop speaking on me, but yet you continuously speaking on them. To me, you saying you don't give a damn about what I have to say about it. You gonna do what you want to do. That's what that says to me.
For our final quarterfinal match.
I don't know what that says to you, but that's what it says to me. I'm telling you, he never had that kind of energy. Dan Fegan has been a crook his entire. He won arbitration, but they kept him in litigation for years because there's been players that he's represented that looked at Dave Fegan as a crook. He tries to extort, put people in bad situations, spread rumors and lies to try to ruin relationships, to make you feel like you have no other option than to go through them. Now, I can't say anything, no name, no blame. There's a situation where an agent he wanted to represent them getting a contract deal with a certain company. And they already had a good thing. He was like, nah, I'm already negotiating with such and such, and that's almost a done deal. So I'm gonna go ahead. Dan was like, all right, cool. Next thing you know, that company pulled out immediately. Why? Why would they do that? Because Dan ruined it. Never tell another agent your business, but player didn't know any better. He was young. Then he ended up signing with him anyway. He makes you feel like you can't go nowhere, then he signs you. I ain't gonna say the player's name, but his father is a coach actively in the league right now. You see, so when Kwame said what he said, and he stated the agent name, I already knew what time it was. See, the majority of the general public wouldn't know because they don't know the agents. They don't know what happens behind the scenes with negotiations. By us being around a lot of it and knowing players that went through these things with agents, we've seen the shady side of them. You saw what happened. I told you what happened when Isaiah was president of the Players Union and he reduced the money the agents used to get. We've seen David Falk. I done told you about him, the invisible hand. David Falk used to run everything. He just, because he had Michael Jordan, he used that as a leverage. He used that as a leverage to get anything else he needed done. He got it. But my thing is, since we're here, anybody got any questions about anything that was said between the two? Go ahead, ask it. Because my question is, why was y'all backing Gil in this whole thing? I'm very curious. Why in the world was y'all backing Gilbert? You said you was a Kwame. He said, okay, why do I back Kwame after he said what he said about Breonna Taylor? What did he say about Breonna Taylor? The fact that she shouldn't have been dating a dangerous man that would, with a record like that and a temper like that, whose response would be to shoot out of a window because somebody knocked at the door. His response is shoot out the window, out the door. I remember hearing him say something like that. I remember somebody asked me that before, and I made a video about that. Like, he said the same thing I said. I didn't even know Kwame had spoke it, and I ended up saying the same exact thing without even speaking to him. What was she doing dating a guy like that? I don't think he took a side either, but he just brought up a very interesting point. Why in the world would she be dating a dude like that? Who's shooting through doors? If that's your response. Oh, they backing Gilbert because they don't like Kwame. Right. And it's not the fact they don't like Kwame. They just want to be controversial because they see Kwame got a lot of people following him. If he didn't have a lot of people following him, they wouldn't care. So it's not even that they don't like him. They just want to be attached to him. Like that blind snapping turtle, when he was doing his thing, he wanted to stay attached to Kwame because Kwame's name was hot. So when you like that in the social media world, none of it's real. They just want to be attached. Because if they saw you out in the streets in public, they ain't gonna have none of that energy. It's gonna be, oh man, you don't know, no, yeah, okay, no, it's cool, it's cool. You'd be like, where's the dude that made the video? This is not the same dude who made a video 3 hours ago. They never had that same energy. If Kwame was weak, he wouldn't even respond. Nobody said somebody deserved to be. See, Dr. Dre or Dre, no one ever said that woman deserved to be killed because of who she was dating. Now, That's your interpretation of it. Nobody ever said anything like that. And that's not what Kwame Brown said. But you see how you went there and made that the narrative? You said that and tried to make that the narrative when that clearly wasn't. Oh, Snipes, can you read the title of this video? What does it say? What does the title of the video say? It says, my thoughts on what just happened. So I'm giving you my thoughts on what the two men had said today. So Kwame don't need me to defend him. He already just defended himself. So I'm like, so what do you want from me? You see? Yeah, hit the like button. Get the likes up. There you go. So you back talking about basketball. Okay, let's talk about basketball then. Okay. Kwame Brown was a bust, right? Is that what you're saying? He was a bum. He was straight up. That's what I'm hearing. This is what I keep hearing. Kwame's a bum and all this stuff. That's what I'm hearing, right? Not what y'all telling me. Okay, if he was such a bum, why was he in the league for 10 years? Why did the Lakers make a deal to bring him over there to play with Kobe Bryant? Why the hell would why would the Lakers want to pick him up? Why would he leave the Wizards and go to the Lakers? What they want him for? To play with Kobe Bryant. They said, let's get Kwame Brown and bring him to Los Angeles. Now, you know the Lakers and the Wizards. You want to compare their history? Okay, right? So we understand the Washington history and the Lakers history, right? Okay, I just wanted to make sure we was clear there. Why would they pick that man to go play with Kobe Bryant? You just told me he was a bust and he was a bum and all these things, right? But they put him to play with Kobe Bryant. Somebody on the Los Angeles Lakers said, we see something in this guy that can help us. Right? Do you know the turnovers, the years in the league is less than 5 years? In the NBA. Average, less than 5 years. Oh, that's because they just want to hate. But I bring it. We could talk basketball. Because you know why? Because you need guys who can do the little things. You see why Phoenix is successful? Because they got guys that do the little things. The things that don't show up on the stat sheets. The guys that's freeing guys up with picks. The guys that can call out the screens, that can play defense. Now y'all gonna tell me Gilbert Arenas was a better defender than Kwame Brown? Who here gonna tell me that? I'm waiting for somebody. You wanted to talk basketball. You wanted to talk basketball. Was Gilbert Arenas a better defender than Kwame Brown? No. Okay, was he a better rebounder than Kwame Brown? No, hell no, exactly. Gilbert never loved to pass the ball. He averaged about 3 assists his entire career. So you could tell he was just a black hole. When you throw him the ball, he's just gonna shoot. He ain't trying to get the ball up to anybody. So he's just a scorer. That's all he ever was. He was lazy and a scorer. He was lazy on screens, didn't want to fight to get through the pick and roll, nothing. So if you want to talk basketball, let's talk basketball, Gil. I told you, you want to talk basketball, let's talk it. Because saying you was a better player than Kwame, in what? Because you scored more points? What team did you lead to a championship? Because I didn't even bring up the gun situation. We didn't even go into that. In none of these videos are we bringing up the situation about you and the gun. We didn't even touch that. None of these videos we've done, we didn't even bring up your baby mom situation, really. We ain't really touched that, Gil. We didn't touch that. Like I said, you done a lot of goofiness, childishness in this league. So you are in no position to talk, Glass House, about who wasn't a good player and who wasn't. You only made it to the All-Star game 3 times in your career because of the points you were putting up. It became an analytic game. And that's where the game is now. Everything's about analytics. Oh, we got to do this. And when you do that, you lose the intangibles of what really wins championships. And everybody's out here is playing for stats. And once you do that, the game gets diluted. Yeah, see, the thing is that people don't realize is that you could be with the wrong team in the wrong system. You've seen players now play better now in their 4th and 5th year when they find the right team. They like, man, you look at Lonzo Ball now. Would Lonzo still be playing the way he's playing now if he was with the Lakers? They didn't even want to fix his shot. When he got to New Orleans, the first thing they did was fix that shot, that broken wing shot he used to have. They got him playing right, and then they got his confidence up. Because he would be afraid to go to the basket. You see him on the Bulls now, he go to the basket, tough. He ain't afraid to go to the line. He went from a 50% free throw shooter to shooting like 78% from the free throw line. That's work. That's people believing in you. DeAndre Ayton, he improved each year. Why? Because he had gotten somebody who can help get him there. He got a point guard, he has people around him, and they give him the ball. They let him touch the ball. Now, Gil never mentions that we came in the same year. Kwame Brown didn't even play his rookie year barely. Michael Jordan decided he was coming back that year and changed the whole dynamic. Fired the coach, brought in Doug Collins. You know, it was like, it's a whole new thing. He's a rookie. And they had him playing the lowest amount of minutes of any rookie who was a #1 draft pick probably in history. Because Mike wanted to win now. So the team is designed, especially the second year, because Michael got hurt in the first year because he came into the season hurt. But that was his plan all along. He was going to trade the pick to Chicago. They were trying to get Elton Brand. Then they were thinking about trading that pick and getting the big man, Tyson Chandler. Well, the Bulls was going to get Tyson Chandler and Eddie Curry together. They was going to get two big twin towers. They wanted to get the Chicago boy, make sure he stay home so people can come out, support, and buy tickets. That's how the Bulls do it. They get a Chicago guy, throw him on the team so people come out, support, and buy tickets. That's Ryan Dore's philosophy. We got to get a hometown boy. So when they got Derrick Rose, you know, hometown guy, and everybody's like, man, we're going to do an Eddie Curry all over again. Nope. Derrick was the one. He was the right one. Am I taking up for Kwame Brown or am I making facts? Am I speaking facts? If I'm speaking lies, then let me know I'm speaking lies. Because I don't think I'm taking up for Kwame Brown. I think I'm stating the truth. Everything I'm stating is a fact. So how am I sticking? So if I'm sticking up for Kwame Brown and if all I'm stating is facts, then that must mean Gil is wrong. That's all the way I'm looking at it. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it don't fit your agenda. I'm just giving you facts. Y'all, the ones that came on here and said that Kwame was a bust, he was a bum, and he was this and that. Only thing I think Kwame should have did was work more and developed on his left hand. I think if he'd have developed his left hand and been more of a dual threat, coming for the left hand layups and and using his left more, but you got to remember he came in as high school. Gil went to Arizona, playing with Bibby and all them. So, and Kwame was more mature than him. And bro, no, we don't need. Who needs Gilbert Arenas? I need Gilbert Arenas to make videos. Haven't I been making videos for about, I don't know, on this channel alone, it's been 12 years. I can name probably about 4 or 5 Gil videos, and that's only been in this past week. I need Gilbert Arenas. Kwame Brown, me making a video about Kwame Brown will do me way more views and anything, would mean a lot more than Gilbert Arenas. I need Gilbert Arenas. You ain't talked about Gilbert Arenas till probably this week. So stop. Gilbert is loving this. He's like, man, I must have been stupid. I need this fame. I got this new thing coming up, this new show, and I'm going to get people to watch my new show. Attaching myself to Kwame. Oh, he ain't going to address nothing I said. But y'all can go watch it. Go watch T-Mac put up a career high 62 points on Gilbert Arenas' ass. Go watch that. It's on YouTube. See what happened when Gil tried to run out on him. One of the worst first picks of all time. Do you not know Michael Alawande, the Candyman? The number 1 pick in the draft? How his career go? It's a lot of number 1 picks that didn't do well. It's a lot of players who didn't turn out to be anything. What about the number 2 and number 3 picks? What about Marquez Fultz? You think Kwame had a better career than Marquez Fultz? He played 10 years in this league. When most people don't see 2 or 3 before they out. Man, what pick was Greg Oden? I'm just saying, what pick was Greg Oden? LeBron James' brother. Greg Oden was number 1, right? No, he wasn't nice in the NBA. In the NBA, he was good for college. Okay? He was good for college when he played for Cincinnati. But when he came to the NBA, he got a rude awakening. He's too slow. And he's not that big to these guys in the league. These guys are stronger and they fast. And he was too slow. And he cannot keep up that pace. His body, even though he was young, his body was old. And his joints couldn't take it. I'm in Ohio State. Mm-hmm. Somebody get No Chill Gil. Tell him to show on up. Tell him to show up. Because that's the question I'm going to ask for him. I'm going to ask him a real question. Why you didn't go back and save your mom? Why you didn't go back and save your mom, Gil? You had the opportunity to save her. You had the chance of a lifetime to go back and give your mom a better life and save her. Because she was not in the right space to take care of you. And you know that. You knew that's why she let you go with your dad. And when she hugged you in Miami, when y'all went and played the Heat, and she hugged you, she told you she was your mom, you gave her your number, you hugged her. She apologized for the way she was back then. His mom was a triathlon track star, 200 meters. She played on the female basketball team, dominant. She was like 6 foot tall, could run. He looked just like his mom's. He looked like her. You got your height from her. You got her athleticism. You got everything from your mom. You look like her. Now, I ain't going to show your mom picture. They can do that for themselves. Well, I'm just curious. Why you didn't go back And then when she passed, you felt like dog crap, and you went and paid for the whole funeral. Everything, paid for everything. But you was hurt because you didn't go back and do that, and you thought you had enough time. But you had $100-something million contract. Extension. $111 million extension. And you never thought once, let me go grab my mom. Put her in the top facility for help. You're like, Mom, you ain't got to worry about it. I know you went through a whole life of pain. But because you fought and got yourself clean and was doing well, I got you, Mom. D. Wade went back and got his mom. Why you didn't go back for yours? That's that real talk. He ain't ready for that. Yeah, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. Yeah, it's sad. That's a sad situation. But the truth hurts. These are facts, but these are the real facts. The facts that he's burying deep down inside. But since you want to keep talking, now let's talk. Bring it all out. This is why his derogatory statements towards African American and black women come from. That's the root of it. Your mother was dark skinned. You got a problem now with dark skinned women. Tammy, same thing. Mama resented you because she couldn't have the man she wanted. And you was the baby that was supposed to trap him, and it didn't work. So she resented you. Now you don't like your mama. You have a problem with dark-skinned women, black women, period. And you black. Both of them black. Same issue. So you know Tammy gonna be right there on with Gilbert 100%. They see the same way. Bunch of puppets. So this should finalize everything. Now I'm gonna get back to watching some Cobra Kai. Once again. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe and definitely hit up the Patreon. I've answered y'all questions. I'll let y'all ask questions on here. I wanted to know why y'all was defending Gil. I asked y'all that, and I said, go ahead. Shoot your questions. We did that. We talked basketball with Gil. We went personal. We've answered everything in this live stream. That we have covered this around the board, and we didn't have to talk about your ex-wife and your kids and situation. We didn't have to talk about your gun situation. So just let that be known. We didn't even have to bring that up, Gil. Shouts out to Mr. Bailey. I see you. And I'm out.